Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So tonight was my second time revisiting the movie theater since, like the COVID-19 outbreak and the shutdown and all that kind of stuff. I actually did make a video that I meant to put up for my first time at the theater, but it didn't end up working too well and the video ended up getting lost somehow, so I could not release that one. But here I am with the second time revisiting the theater. What they're doing is around here, I don't know what's going on with the movie theaters in bigger places. This is still a relatively smaller place, so the theaters have opened here. I don't know if it's the same for other places or not. But around here they have, the capacity is only 46 people allowed in the theater. The last time I went there was only 8 people there. This time there was 13, which is easy to count because, 8 people and then 13 people tonight. It's easy to count, it's easy to tell. So, yeah, it hasn't been a whole lot, all that busy. But they are open, so it is nice that they're open. But what they've been doing is they've been re-releasing, re-putting out new release movies that have already played and, are now, either out on Blu-ray or out on VOD, but they're just bringing them back in case some people want to revisit them on the big screen. They're also bringing back old movies, classic movies from back in the day that were big time movies that people liked. They're replaying there in order, just basically to draw in a crowd, right? So tonight they had Jurassic Park on the big screen, which was cool to see, the original Jurassic Park, the original 1993 Jurassic Park. Which is cool, always cool to see it on the big screen. It's actually not the first time we've seen it on the big screen. I was too young to see it when it was originally released, but so I never seen it in the theaters. Like I said, if you watch my reviews, Jurassic Park is one of my all-time favorite movies. It's definitely, I think it's the whole franchise is number 3 on my top 20 favorite movies list I made for YouTube. And I've actually in-depthly reviewed all of the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies on the channel, so if you want to see my take on them, on the movies per se, you can check those reviews out. But as you know from the channel, I was old enough to see Jurassic Park 3 in the theaters, but there's kind of a funny story. People thought it would be too scary because I was quite young. I was only 5 or 6 or something like that. Maybe a bit older, but around there. And people thought it might be too scary, so it was kind of one of those funny things where I could have seen it, but I was even maybe old enough to get into the theater, but people thought I was, my family thought I was too young to see it at the time. And then I seen Jurassic World in the movie theater, as well as Jurassic World 2 Fallen Kingdom. So I have seen new release Jurassic Park films in the theater, but I was too young to see, I wasn't even born yet for the first one, and I was still too young to see the second one too. I was bored then, but I was still too young to see the second one. Old enough to see the third one, was not allowed to go. And then I seen Jurassic World and Jurassic World 2 as new releases in the theater. But it isn't the first time I did see Jurassic Park on the big screen though, when they re-released it for 3D, they brought it back to mainstream theaters and I checked it out for that. Basically, it was super cool to watch Jurassic Park again. As soon as that beginning music comes on, that fucking whatever, there's a terrible impersonation, but as soon as the music comes on, it was just super cool to see that on the big screen again. It was a wise choice, I think. This is a smaller area, so it only attracted 13 people, but it's only the second day it's opening, so it'll probably attract more. And in bigger places, if this is a movie they're thinking of re-releasing to see if they can make some money off of that, I think it's a wise choice, because a lot of people will go just, a lot of hardcore fans will go just for the experience, to see it on the big screen, either for the first time or again. And, yeah, so it was a good time at the theater. I will say this was the loudest I've ever seen Jurassic Park. I mean, they had the volume fucking cranked on this thing. Like, I've seen Jurassic Park a zillion times, but I've never seen it this loud before. They sure had the fucker cranked. They had it cranked full blast. I've probably never even been in a movie theater with sound this loud than this time. It was quite very loud, which was cool, which was nice. A lot of the scenes, you kind of forget, because, I mean, even when you're watching them on Blu-ray or whatever, but when you see them on the big screen like that, this goes to show you actually how scary of a movie Jurassic Park can be at times when you're watching it on the big screen, especially with sound like that. Like the footsteps of the T-Rex and that, like, it was loud. It was scary sound, and it creeped me out. Even after all this time of seeing it over my life, it still creeped me out. And, yeah, so it was basically a good time. Basically, it was quite a very good time. Another cool thing is it looked to me... like I said, I have no affiliation officially with this movie theater other than just a customer going there to watch the movies they have. But, I watched Jurassic Park, like I said, a zillion times on Blu-ray. I seen the 3D re-release, whatever, all kinds of stuff like that. But, the one thing I noticed is so I don't know what they use, like what version of it they per se use, because I have no affiliation other than that, but it looked like it was not like the completely remastered, like Blu-ray version, 4K version, 3D version, whatever, none of that. It doesn't look like it was anything restored like this movie. The version they played of it tonight looked like one of the originals. Like, it almost looked like the same visual quality as like the VHS Jurassic Park, or even the early original DVD Jurassic Park. It didn't look all cleaned up like it did now, and I will say that was actually very nice to see. It was incredibly nice to see, actually, because, like, I'm so used to watching these newer, restored, polished up versions of the Jurassic Park movies, and I mean, they did a really good job on those. They look very good, a lot of times you can't believe how long ago they were made with how good they look, but at the same time, sometimes you crave that grain, sometimes you crave that old school look, and it kind of, especially with the sound system that we were watching it on this time, like, sometimes it gives it just almost an extra authentic feeling when you have such good sound like that, but then the image is kind of grainy and kind of old school looking. It adds more mystery. Like, a lot of the times, like, when you watch the restored versions of Jurassic Park, all the little tiny things in the background you can see, and that's good. Because it goes to show, how well done the movie was altogether, and how easily it can be transferred into newer technology and look, like almost not dated at all, right? But, so so doing that with the movie now, I mean, I'm all for it. It really makes it really makes you appreciate the movie even more for how good it's able to do that kind of a thing. But a lot of just the slight things that you see in the background that you don't quite know what they are, or just the few moments where even if you see the full, like, it's a lit up frame, you full frame, good lighting and everything, you see everything. with the natural grain of the film at the time. There's some things going on in the foreground that you can't quite see as well. You can kind of see, but you have to kind of use your imagination to imagine what exactly that was or what those people are doing over there. And I will say it was a really relief and actually a good time to review the film in that format again, because it's been so long, like ever since I was a kid when I used to watch it on my VHS player, or even when I got the early DVD when that stuff started to come out and all of that. It reminded me more of those days, and it reminded me actually a little bit how different the film looked then compared to the remastered versions now. But yeah, basically, I will say, I mean, like I said, I don't know what's going on. It's not necessarily a review about Jurassic Park, it's about my time at the theater. And so I don't know, I do not know what the story is on all the theaters worldwide, or in bigger places. Like I said, I mean, this isn't an incredibly small place, but it's a smaller place. So I think that's one of the reasons why they got away with reopening now. But you know, it's open. You don't see a lot of people going there, though. Like I said, this time there was 13 people. The last time there was 8. So you don't see a whole lot of people going. So it's kind of nice in the sense you got a movie theater experience with not a huge crowd of people, with not a whole bunch of people flooding the place. You know, a lot of times it's quiet enough that you can sit there and there be not too many people around and you can just enjoy it. But like I said, I don't know what other places are doing right now. So it's a good time. It's basically, at the end of the day, I say it's a good time. You know, none of these movies that I've seen I necessarily have to go to the movie theater to see. I'm going to do it basically because I miss going to the movie theater. And you know, even the limited crowds, I mean, it's handy in a certain way, like it's nice and low-key, but I miss the crowds too. And I miss the new releases, and I miss seeing what people have to say about all of that, and seeing people's reactions to all of that. And whatnot, right? So, you know, basically I'm there because I miss it and also to support it, you know. The movie theaters probably aren't making a shit ton off of what people are, how many people are going there now. And, you know, the little bit I've contributed to probably hasn't helped them out tons, but it's helped them out a bit anyway, so any bit of support that I can give, I will. And even aside the movie theater chains, I mean, I know the film industry itself, as somebody who just loves film, as you know from watching this channel, the film industry is taking a bit of a dive right now too, as we know. So again, stuff like that helps support it ultimately at the end of the day. So yeah, there's no grading or anything like that. I don't know why I'm babbling on so long. It's just basically a conversation about it. Technically, you can consider this the first time back at the theater, because the legit first time, like I said, you would have seen that video, but it got lost, and it was kind of rushed anyway, so it wasn't that good anyway. It wasn't as good as this one. Like, not that this is some fantastic video or anything, but the way I was speaking was a little bit more rushed. So yeah, that was basically, I went for a trial run before, and this is kind of like the official run, whereas if things stay the way they are, and you know, if everything keeps going okay and fine for me, then I might start to venture back to the theater when they do have stuff playing, when it is open, and at the appropriate times. So that's basically what I have to say for tonight, guys, and my second run at the movie theater, watching Jurassic Park 1993 on the big screen again. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. Hope to see you back at the theater soon. If your theaters aren't open and you love going to them, I hope they open soon and we can get to the bottom of this and get that kind of stuff back going again for people that love it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, everybody, and thank you very much for watching. See you later.